Hi there, and welcome to this week's vlog. And today I want to tell you about something I did on Christmas Day this year, 2023. No, I'm not going to talk about along to our church service, though I did do that with 12 other members of my immediate family. We had a fantastic service, great to celebrate the birth of Jesus and all that means to us. But before we went to the service, I had the privilege of doing a park run in our local park, my local course. Not only myself, but two of my grandsons, Ben and James. Never run with them before. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute or so. But let me take you back, maybe about a year, a bit more. I went along to our local doctor's surgery for a regular kind of checkup, and I was told as a result of that I had type 2 diabetes. And I decided that rather than have to take tablets or even injections, what I would like to do was to control that, A, by diet, in other words, watching what I'm eating, and B, by trying to do more exercise. And one of the things that I did was go do this course called Couch to 5K. So you start off being a couch potato lying around, and slowly over about 9 weeks, I think it is, you learn how to run 5 kilometers. And it's a well-known regime, and lots of people found that really helpful. So I did that, and then I decided I would get back into park running. Now, the parkrun movement has really taken off over, I guess, recent years. So all over the UK, and I think abroad as well, there are in different places park runs. So you go along on a Saturday morning, 9 o'clock, and you can run, jog or walk 5K on a set course, and you get a time. And I found that really helpful. I've been trying to each time reduce my time around the 5K course, and my first goal, or my initial goal, was to set myself to run the 5K in under 30 minutes, which doesn't seem a big deal, but from a fairly sedentary starting point, some year or two ago, eventually I managed to do that. So very pleased, and we'll keep pressing on with that. But anyway, back to Christmas Day, running with my two grandsons. Ben is 10, James is nearly 10 now, just 9 at the moment. And so we ran together because under 11s are supposed to run with an adult. So most of the way around, I was running along with them, sometimes struggling to keep up, other times they slowed down a bit. And so we got there. So we're coming towards the last little bit, maybe the last kilometre. And I saw up front some people who appear to be walking. So I said to Ben and James, we can run and lap those people. Now, the people who were just running in front of me, not the people I pointed out, overheard my conversation and said to the boys, you can try and lap everybody. So they shot off really quickly. I couldn't keep up with them. Anyway, eventually we all got to the line. It was a great privilege and a blessing to run with my two grandsons. Nearly 60 years in age difference, but it was great fun, and really enjoyed that. And one of the things I've learned, because during the weeks, during the days between the park runs, I always go out early morning, either to walk or to run. And what I've found out, and it's not really a surprise, is that when I'm running on my own, it's a lot harder to keep up a really good pace. When I'm running with people on the park run, and usually there are hundreds of other people, you kind of almost carried along because there are other people running too. And especially when I was running with Ben and James, it kind of carried me along. And that's a reminder, really, of life itself, isn't it? And the Christian life. And when Jesus sent out the disciples, he sent them 2 by 2 to be there for each other, because there's strength in numbers. There's a verse in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, which I kind of thought of, which I'll read to you. It says, 2 are better off than 1, because together they can work more effectively. If one of them falls down, the other can help him up. But if someone is alone and falls, it's just too bad, because there is no one to help them. The Christian life, the Christian journey was never meant to be lived in isolation from others. Paul writes in the New Testament, encourage one another and build each other up. So we're called to be there for each other in the Christian life and in life in general. We need others. John Donne, no man or no person is an island. God never created human beings to be isolated from one another. We need to be there for each other. That's why it's so important that we belong to a local church congregation, a local church family, because we need to be supported, but we also need to offer our support to others. So that's my kind of lesson from park running, especially the joy of running with my grandsons. Yes, they beat me, but well, they are quite a lot younger than I am. So I was happy to let them, I didn't let them beat me. They beat me fair and square. So just one more thing to add to that is that when I first broke the 30-minute barrier, I did so in Hull, my home city. We stay in there a couple of nights, and so I had the chance to run in that park run, and I did then my best ever park run time, 28 minutes, 32 seconds. And one of the reasons that I ran a lot faster than I had done before was because the course is round the lake in East Park in Hull, but it's a fairly flat course. It's on the tarmac pavement or pathway, and so it was a lot easier. Some of the parkrun courses I've done have been quite hilly. Our local one, Doncaster, has quite a lot of grass, and when it's raining, it gets muddying. So again, like life, sometimes our life seems to be on an even pathway. We're going well. It's easy. Others, we struggle. We're in a muddy where we're going uphill, and we struggle with that. It's hard going. All the more reason that we need each other. So don't try and do it on your own. Look for those who can come alongside you, support you, encourage you. And if you see some of your brothers and sisters in Christ, or maybe your own family or friends or work colleagues who are struggling, try and come alongside them, encourage them, be there for them. So that's the parkrun message, and that's my last vlog of 2023. So I wish you a very, very happy, blessed, peaceful, joyful and fruitful new year. God bless. Thank you so much for listening today.